Hello, ladies and gentlefolk out there, and welcome to my channel, Captain Zmeg-Marr. Today we're going to be reacting to one of my favourite channels of all time, well, definitely at the moment anyway. It's Andrew Callaghan with Channel 5, where he goes along talking to weirdos and making them pretty much embarrass themselves live. Well, not live, on camera anyway. And it's going to be the NRA conference, and it's going to be talking about some gun issues as well. You know, you can always get a good bit of commentary on the side with these videos. If you like what you're watching, don't forget to subscribe, and you can also catch me live at this little link by here. It's not going to be a link, it's just going to be my name, Captain_Zmeg-Marr, live on Twitch. I pretty much go live every other day, not only reacting, but also playing a bit of Jackbox and Fall Guys, so you can play along there. But without further ado, and to stop me waffling, goddammit, here's the video. Peace out.
See, with our AR, we're citizens.
There we go.
Without them, we'll be slaves. They're not assault weapons. They're sporting weapons. It's necessary to protect my family from
4th of July. Oh, perfect.
Why do you think there are so many mass shootings?
You want
because
the
that's
video loaded?
what's on the agenda for the left. They want to take guns away from law-abiding
You go.
citizens.
Protesters pushed up against barricades,
How's that?
keeping them away from the NRA meeting site. It's tense. The pain of a national tragedy does not bridge divides here.
Take the
When
kids.
was the shooter a member of the NRA? I want you to tell me. You can't, because it never happened and it never will. You're an idiot.
I believe you have the right to own a firearm, but I do not believe you should be 18 years old to be able to have an AR. When you use an AR, you're going to kill people. You don't go hunting for deer with an AR.
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about. Like, any guns you can buy? What's the point where they say, okay, that gun's too dangerous? Because you have the hunting people, where you can kind of understand that. But then you're not going to hunt something with a M16, are you? Yeah, I know, you might do. And then you got the sport going down gun ranges, which is, you know, it's in a safe environment.
Founding fathers like defined freedom. They didn't think that ARs were going to be part of it.
Or black people.
Yeah.
Or people of color.
People of color.
And how about freedom?
True.
They want to talk about how we shouldn't ban guns because that's hurting our freedom. How about abortion? We're forcing women to have kids.
I see you have an Antifa flag right here. How would you describe yourself politically?
I'd say I'm a socialist. So I believe in taxing the church,
Ah,
taxing the
a
rich.
Hassan watcher, I
Abolish
see.
the police. Police are supposed to
getting to
protect
them.
us in schools, right? But in Uvalde, they didn't. When I get older, like old enough, 21, I'm going to own a firearm because I don't trust police to solve my cases.
Marx said in his Communist Manifesto.
Is that the thing where people feel like they need to own guns now just in case insane people have guns? That's like an insane, like, sort of mindset to have. Not gonna lie. How you doing, Mr. Abducted by Aliens?
Able to defend themselves.
Well, my sign asks a pretty
How are you
obvious
doing?
question,
We're watching
that
a bit
I
of Channel
everybody
5
should be
News.
asking. This is the right
Currently,
time
he's
to have
interviewing NRA
a celebration of guns right on the heels of
people.
more than a dozen kids and teachers getting murdered a few days ago in Uvalde. This is ridiculous that we're the only country that has to deal with this, and that's what today is all about, is voicing our righteous outrage.
You don't remember me? You're Future Trickster, I'm pretty sure. Is America the only country that deals with this sort of thing? I think it is. Even like Switzerland, where guns are available, I don't think they have to deal with that sort of, like, on that level.
At our elected officials and the people at the NRA who decided to celebrate guns with blood on their hands today.
This time at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas.
Oh,
We've
God.
just learned the death toll is
Oh,
up
look
to
at it.
19 children and
Nice.
2 school employees gunned down during their last week of school.
The shooter legally purchased 2 AR variant long guns.
I'm not gonna
within
lie.
a week.
He looks like the sort, though. The sort of, like, r/incel type.
Of his 18th birthday.
Dude up there is tossing magazines
How,
out to
like,
the crowd.
I don't know, how popular is Andrew Callaghan? I feel like people should be aware of him at this stage now, that they're like, okay, he's trying to make us say stupid stuff.
Give me one.
They're just throwing away ammo, like it's confetti.
We're here. We're in
That's-
Houston. We're at the NRA convention. I think the mayor asked us not
Wow,
to
that's
happen.
next level,
Governor
like-
pulled out, but
Like, man, wait a minute, where is it?
We're here.
And I'll read
We're
your
in
comment now in a
Houston.
bit.
We're at the NRA convention.
Like, where is this sort of cult worship on the left side of things, man? Like, the right really loves to love their people, you know what I'm saying? America's such an issue with guns, while countless countries like Switzerland have looser gun laws, but they are still really... Yeah, I know, I'm really interested in how that comes about. Is it all about mentality, or is there some other secret laws or availability that really prevents that sort of stuff? Because there needs to be a stage where you're like, maybe it's the people that, like, I know, it's just weird. It fascinates me how, like, Switzerland doesn't have this sort of problem. Oh my god.
I think the mayor asked this not to happen. The governor pulled out, but it's still going down.
What? Literal rocket launchers? I thought they were banned. Do they have some limitations? Aren't, like, grenades banned? I'm pretty sure grenades are banned. And that argument that people are like, well, the bad guys are still going to get hold of guns, you know, one way or another. Where's all the grenade deaths then? If their grenades are banned, where are all the bad guys with their grenades?
An RPG is the ultimate Vegas hooker experience. It seems like a great idea at the time. It's really, really expensive, and it's over way too fast. An RPG is a rocket.
What are you pointing that at the camera,
so
man?
Anything that launches that,
that better be a fake.
RPG for short, or a rocket launcher. Within the past couple of months, Airtronic did sell off about 30 of our older models through Gunbroker. So there's a lot of these in civilian hands
look at
now.
Andrew, though.
And
look at him. He looks like he belongs there, man. He looks like such a what does Hassan call these type of people? Hogs? Is there a hog? Or I don't know. But you know, the type that would go to this sort of convention.
People are enjoying them.
Man, I would not trust myself.
American made.
This is a MR 762A1. I don't know anything about guns, so I don't know what the hell this is. I'm pretty sure this is a
like,
gun.
I wasn't
This
even
is a
into
gun?
Call of Duty when that was popular. Like, that sort of thing just doesn't interest me. But funny enough, I was into Overwatch. I think I'm more into cartoons than anything. I think Call of Duty was just too realistic for me.
I'm a big NRA proponent. I'm a life member. And the timing.
Oh, well, as realistic
sucks,
as you
but,
can
I mean,
get with that sort of thing.
It is what it is. This doesn't have anything. There's no connection between this and what happened in Uvalde. There just isn't.
What do you think that we
There's a slight connection
can do to stop mass shootings like that?
I think it goes back to the basic family. I'm 66 years old. When I was in high school, we used to take our shotguns to high school to show our coaches if we got a new shotgun. Then we'd go bird hunting after school.
Well, you can't
There
do
was
that
never
now.
A school shooting when I was in high school.
Well, in a post-Columbine world, you cannot just take your shotgun to school. We can't go back to this stage.
What's different
You're
from
insane.
that to now? What's changed?
What do you think changed?
It's the family. Look how many single parent families there are. Just go to Chicago. Look at the amount of crime in Chicago. I mean, they have 40, 50 gun shootings a weekend.
I guess the difference would be that, like, in Chicago, a lot of that violence is gang related. We're talking about kind of lone wolf shooters walking into an elementary school with an AR-15.
It's troubled kids. I'm not a big gamer, but I mean, I've seen a lot of the video games, and there's a lot of them that are just shoot them up, blow them up. You know.
Oh my god, I've been called out. The trouble with the trouble with this sort of argument. Remember Gamergate? A lot of gamers are very right wing, so they hate this argument just as much as the left do. Like, oh, this is a deep rabbit hole if you're trying to blame it on entertainment.
Look real.
The people who are gonna get influenced by that sort of thing would get influenced by anything, you know.
So how do you think we can rebuild the American family?
That's got to be done at the street level. Single parents are running 30-40% of the households. It takes two people to raise a kid.
Why does anybody need to have, an AR-15?
Guns have been around here since the beginning of America. So,
but back in the day, it was like muskets and stuff.
When did America
nowhere
begin?
in the Constitution that say.
What do you think about like increased background checks?
You got called out.
I think the background checks is adequate now.
To own a weapon, that's the least you could do, is have a bit of tighter security around who owns what, you know? Is that a bad thing? Am I making an obvious point, or am I like missing something? I don't know. You don't have to ban guns straight up, but at least I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Avoid these kind of murders of children. You cannot say, well, we hire police or these are mental people. Abbott, he said that there's some mental problems with the United States.
Anybody who shoots somebody else has a mental health challenge.
What about the rest of...
That always confuses me. They always go to that. I was like, oh no, we need to look at mental health more than the gun issue. When they're also cutting funds for mental health services in the country. Like, they don't actually do that much to help the mental health side of things either. I just feel like it's something else to blame, you know? It's weird that, like, after Columbine happened, that the most the government did was to try and ban Marilyn Manson. That was the most that they did.
The word. Do they have mental problems too? No, they don't, right? So
even that didn't work, and he should have been banned.
It's better that the government knows that people do have ARs. Governments have killed 260 million people in the 20th century. You know, Stalin, Mao, whatever. People say, oh, that'll never happen here. We all live in a bubble. We are the most privileged country on earth. From the homeless guys
True,
Bill
base,
Gates.
man.
Oh, crap, where's I going with this? What was I going to say? Okay, governments, this, that. Okay, you know who EDP is?
Yeah.
I'm the guy that caught him.
Wait, you're the guy who caught EDP?
Yeah.
So how do you think that we can prevent mass shootings like the one that occurred a couple days ago?
Who's EDP? That rings a bell. If you know who EDP is, let me know.
The reality is,
rings
there's
a bell.
Salvador Ramos is out there. The reality is, there's Peyton, whatever the hell his name was, Adam Lanza's, yada yada. People will be uncomfortable if there's teachers armed in schools.
Yeah, we need more guns
man.
around the schools. We protect our president.
Like, giving teachers guns. You know, teachers can be just as capable to go berserk as normal people. Yes! I remember EDP now. Yes, okay, I remember that. Like, there was that one video years back, it was in the UK, where, like, a teacher grabbed, like, a dumbbell, I think it was in the gym lesson, and just started whacking on one of the kids, you know? You know, I wouldn't trust a teacher more than I would trust anybody else with a gun. You know how kids get, you know, doesn't take much to snap.
With guns, we protect our congressmen with guns, we protect our governors with guns, our celebrities, sporting events, jewelry stores, banks, and then we protect our children with a sign that says, this is a gun-free zone.
I see that you have Rosa Parks here. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I met Rosa
is he
Parks.
going to do
She's
it?
Anti-abortion. She's a good friend of MLK. He's anti-abortion. He was anti-abortion. So, case closed.
I see that you have 2 Mike Lindell My Pillows attached to your belt loops on either side.
Yeah, Mike's a friend of mine. I've only met him once in person, but...
What?
He knows what I've been doing for him.
What's happening
now? He sounds like
now?
a good friend.
Yeah, he's a good friend, and this is a little bit more firm. And they're the best pillows I've ever had.
What? Wait, how's this turned into a pillow sales pitch now? What?
I prefer.
I see what he's doing. He's doing the same as Andrew is. He's sneaking in here, pretending to be all like 4 guns and that. Which secretly, his agenda is just to sell his mate's little pillow business, you know? Pretty smart. Because the people that go to these places are quite easily, you know, influenced anyway. Just because they're this type of people. So, you know, they're the perfect people to sell your pillows to.
The
I guess.
medium
You know, he knows what he's doing.
The standard's a little tough on my neck.
Did you enjoy his pillows prior to his endorsement of Donald Trump?
Well, they've been around for a long time. I couldn't afford them. He cut the price in half now. Here's a tip. Don't order them through the mail because they come wrapped up with no box. Go to Walmart, get them in a box. The box is going to be worth more than the pillow.
Why?
Because it's
What?
classic. I'm getting ready to go over to the communists that are
Wait,
packing
did you
guns.
see what
I
that...
think it's smart to engage.
The earth is flat. Windmills cause cancer. Oh, it's myths. Okay, Republicans are...
with them?
I don't know what he says.
Profanity
I'm
of
interested
them
in what
and
he's
make them
saying about
angry.
that.
They can't tolerate freedom of speech, but they expect me to tolerate.
Wait, is
them.
that a thing? Do people think that windmills cause cancer? This video feels like a long comedy sketch, but the people on both sides here seem like the most stereotypical people you could find. Yeah, literally. It's amazing how you can just find like a cartoon character at these sort of places. And it'll be the same on the other side as well. There's another video where he's
threatening me.
What is your favorite piece of profanity to hurl at an Antifa BLM soldier?
Republicans...
Fat
okay.
baby butcher bitches. Fat baby butcher bitches.
Well, you're going to go do it again?
Yeah, I'm going to go do it again right
All right,
now.
well, I'll see you over there, man. Don't let those Antifa communist bastards take your pillows away. Godspeed, soldier. You're doing the right thing.
Why are they so against Antifa, though? Isn't it a good thing to be against the fascist? Like, my grandparents were in World War II. They were anti-fascist. I think it's a self-report more than anything. If you're angry at people who are angry at fascists,
150 of them screaming in my face on the 14th of this month. I met Rosa Parks. I don't give a fuck. You don't know shit. You don't even look at it.
Oh, wow, what a reply to that.
You fucking fascist piece of shit.
Oh my god, is it kicking off now? It's kicking off. Oh, look at him go! Oh man, he's starting to riot. Captain America, he's off again. It's like Homelander. Look at that. Oh, look at his poor face, man. He's dropped his pillows and everything.
Do you think there's any type of common ground that could be reached?
Yeah, there's a little give. I think they could change some of the requirements to own an AR. You know, back in the old days, we didn't have the same type of weapons. So they could change the law and make it 21.
Do you think that kid should have been able to buy an AR?
I don't know. Somebody
nice.
worked
I like
on
your
his
commitment.
brain. They worked on that one in Buffalo also. He drove 300 miles to shoot black people at a store. He probably could have drove a few miles within the city he was already in.
I guess the main difference is like the dude in Buffalo was motivated by like racial hatred, whereas it seems like the guy.
It was only racial hatred because the guy was white.
I think he had the N-word written on the gun, and he published like a big manifesto of talking about.
Abortions, you motherfuckers have.
See?
That's what they're
These
telling
random things that just happen during his interviews. It's great.
We are done with your bullshit.
Why would this kid put a manifesto together anyway?
Chuck Schumer didn't want us to pass laws to protect schools. He doesn't want cops in schools. He doesn't want to harden the target. He wants your kids to be killed. That's why the Democrats advocate for murdering children in the womb. They don't care about life.
GTA is like such a perfect
You idiot.
satire of American culture that it's just reality now.
Kill somebody.
It's reality.
You're an idiot.
I know who you are. Dude, what the heck?
Wait.
I want to talk to you. Yes.
Oh yeah, cool. So how
He
do you
doesn't
feel
seem like
about,
the sort of
what's
person
going on
you
right now
would
with
want to
them
talk to.
I don't not like them. They're human beings. I love everybody. Okay, they have souls.
You're an idiot.
But it's just.
Did he
sad
not
because they're
notice
confused.
them filming you while he was shouting that?
The problem isn't the guns. The problem is a people problem, okay? Ever since 1973, we legalized abortion. I think that was a real downfall.
Well, that's the
American
point
society.
where
We murdered
school
millions of
shootings
children.
happened.
Why is it okay to murder children in the womb, but not okay to murder kids in school? I know this isn't your usual thing. You usually just let people talk. But I want to listen to what you think.
Well, I'm curious if you think there's any common ground that can be found between.
See, that's a very complicated thing to talk about, and I think there is room for that, okay? I think we can have mental health evaluations, and I think, what was it, Dad? What was the statistics like for the adult population?
It's about 25% of the adult population in America suffer from some form of mental illness.
Yeah. I think people in general should be evaluated and should have help. Whenever you go into a gun store, you have to fill out a paperwork called a 4473 and say, hey, they're going to run a background check. This 4473, this document, it's a document to look at your background, okay? It's not going to know the heart of man. We need to better keep up with the health of our people because we're suffering.
Well,
people,
that
okay?
is a good point. You know, like mental health issues is a thing that we need to be a lot more active on. Trouble is that it's all talk, normally not a lot of action.
On the internet, whittling down the psyche of humans and literally making us just sick people. You can't legislate morality and you can't tell what you are really going to do. But at the end of the day, we live in a free society and we have these rights and privileges, and that's what happens. You know, they don't have school shootings.
Free society, yeah, he was very, like, anti-abortion a minute ago. Is it, like, free until someone does something you don't like?
China, because you can't own firearms in China.
Do you know that the most popular porn category in America right now is incest?
I had no idea, no.
Isn't that insane?
he's not happy about that. He's like, nah.
Tonight, leggings, shapewear, and handbags came down the runway. But this is no ordinary fashion show.
Discreetly designed so no one can tell that you have
What?
a weapon.
The concealed carry fashion show targets what the NRA calls its fastest growing demographic, women.
I know. It doesn't look like it's in a safe area. I wouldn't trust myself. The one person I never trust is myself, man. They're very in precarious places. Look at that! Like, if it goes off, man, you're done for. Even as a woman. Oh, especially as a man, look at that. Oh god, no. You'd rather be at a Johnny Cash concert. This is so bizarre, man. Oh god. This was in Texas, wasn't it? God, this was a mess. Everything about it. Yeah, same. I thought there would be some kind of gun on the baby.
We just arrived in Uvalde, Texas, which, as most people know, is the site of the most recent mass shooting that took place around a week ago, where 19 students and 2 teachers were killed at Robb Elementary School. This is the Wendy's where the shooter worked.
Wendy's.
Apparently he used to work the graveyard shift at the drive-thru.
Oh man, that must be like tough on the
about
workers,
2.5.
man. Like, just the knowledge you worked and knew a person that did something like that. It must mess you up.
Weeks ago, he quit abruptly once he had saved up about $4,000, which was enough to buy 2 assault rifles, ammunition, and a bulletproof vest. This is the store where the school shooter picked up the guns and ammunition that he used in the shooting. He actually ordered the guns online, but this was like a transfer store where they shipped it here and then he picked it up. This is where the shooter drove his pickup truck through a guardrail and crashed out, like right here. Got out of the car, went over to the
this is pretty
funeral home
recent.
here, shot at a few people, but then...
This is pretty recent. Wait, so did this happen just after he filmed the NRA conference? Because the timing of that must have been insane. Because that was only like a month ago. God, these things can only happen to Channel 5.
Didn't hit anybody. Then he walked over into this building, and that was the site of all this.
It'd be weird to think that someone yeah, literally.
You go to sleep seeing their faces.
I couldn't even
you wake
imagine.
Up seeing their faces. What can we tell them? We don't want to scare them. And the other poor little innocents that didn't make it. You know, their parents were going crazy looking for them. I'm sure they're in a lot of pain.
And my husband was here getting the mail when he heard gunshots, but
oh man,
he's having a hard time because he just wished he could have done something to prevent it. Our community will never be the same.
I feel like, wow, nobody would know what they would do until they're in that situation. It really shows what kind of person you are when you're in that situation, really. Everyone would like to think that they would do a certain thing, but like until you're actually there. Didn't like a guy literally... It wasn't actually the police that shot the actual person in the end, wasn't it? It was like somebody else that didn't work at the school or something. I don't know. They like went into the school and actually ended the guy who was behind a barricade. And then like some parents actually like broke in and got their kids out. Like that itself must be brave, knowing that you're going into a place where a guy has got a goddamn weapon.
Si decimos que no hemos pecado, le hacemos a él mentiroso y su palabra no está en nosotros. Amen.
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 Amen. Amen.
She loved Guns N' Roses. She loved that song, Sweet Child of Mine.
Guns N' Roses, how ironic.
I liked her song. That was her favorite song. She loved Guns N' Roses, and she would
Hundreds of thousands of people.
she would dance around her room singing "Sweet Child of Mine."
I know it's play that song.
I love this country and I'm so grateful for everything it's given me and all the opportunity that I recognize I wouldn't have if I was
Have you considered
somewhere
downloading
else.
an advertisement
That's not
blocker?
lost on me.
Yeah, I have actually.
At the same
I probably
time,
will do. Because I haven't done this in like a couple of months, I haven't thought this far ahead, but I will do.
This should encourage us to want to be better, and we're not.
Think AR should be banned?
Fuck yes. There is absolutely no reason for that.
Mind you, I
I have a pistol, but I don't think that a semi-automatic weapon is necessary in our country. I just don't see the need. I don't see the purpose. I think in this case, I know the bodies of the children were shredded as a result of that.
Oh God!
What do we need that
That
for?
imagery.
I don't understand it.
They say that like having those high-capacity assault rifles are the final line of defense against a tyrannical government.
Yeah, but I feel, come on, that argument. What is that kind of gun going to do against a tank and the bombs? Like, just look at Ukraine right now. I feel like even with all the guns in the world, they're still having a hard time with things.
Oh, please.
And I don't think a tyrannical government is going to actually be physically violent towards you. I feel like a place like America is going to be a lot more Brave New World-esque in how it's going to be tyrannical, if it ever will be. That'll be like Insidious, you know, more mental than physical.
I think we're already facing a tyrannical government
like
when
what
we
she
have
said.
things like this happen. Well, there's no excuse for this. I don't care what they say.
Like, tyranny
They're wrong.
isn't always a physical threat, you know?
If it happens to one of their own, then they're not going to do anything. You know. And Ted Cruz, he's a sorry person for a position that he holds. I'm sorry.
He is the Zodiac killer.
Well, we're not supposed to say anything? If he can say what he wants, I can say what I want. They should have rushed in. That's their job. What, almost an hour before they decided to do anything? No, that's unheard of. It really is.
Breaking news in the investigation to the school shooting tonight. Texas DPS is telling us the Uvalde CISD police chief has not been cooperating with investigators. On Friday, DPS Director Steve McGraw said the school district police chief was the incident commander at Robb Elementary School who made the call to wait to take down the gunman.
If they had, they would probably save several of those lives.
That is true.
It's ridiculous.
This is fucking bullshit. Like, this is preventable, and this is absolutely unacceptable.
Look at half of these police, though. You could feel like they haven't had to do anything physical in quite a while, you know. They are so not prepared for this sort of thing happening. It is interesting how people don't understand terminology. She just said semi-automatic guns should be banned, but a pistol was likely semi-automatic. It doesn't require secondary access to fire. Don't need hammer to be... Yeah, that sort of thing.
Talk about how great this country is. This is unacceptable.
Unfortunately, like so many things, in a couple of more months it'll blow over like this never happened, you know?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think this is going to blow over anytime soon.
Then the audacity of...
God, it's mad to think, though, back Columbine, like, that was like... Everyone thinks back on that as being, like, the worst example. When you actually look at the numbers, there's been far more tragic events since then. But that was, like, the first one, wasn't it? That really kicked off, like, blew off the casket, you know?
The people that went to the NRA convention in Houston, for them to say that they don't need to make any changes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
Oh, God, that was it. Well, God, what a thing to end it with. That got very serious. Wait, I'm just looking at the thumbnail for the next one, yeah. But America, guns. You can't have one without the other, apparently.